Thailand. We are currently on a bus in Bangkok on the way to some legendary food stalls. From boat noodles at the floating market, digging into dishes fit for royalty, slurping up creamy tom yum soup and eating at one of Ma Queen's most favorite restaurants in Thailand, get ready to have your taste buds tantalized. First up, we're going to get Pad Thai, and we've heard that it is the national dish of Thailand, and the place that we're going to is known as the best. Starving, so we can't wait for this breakfast. I think I can see the shop just over there. They have given us the shrimp Pad Thai and it looks amazing. I also met a friend here, Mr. COVID. So in here you can see the bean sprouts, spring onions, egg, some peanuts, and of course you've got these big juicy shrimps over here. That is a delicious Pad Thai. The spice comes in a bit later, so then it hits you after like a slow burn. The noodles are nice and chewy as well. Very delicious. Prawns are really nice, they're very easy to bite into. Very fresh as well. So Mr. Colbert here asked the owners, and this is the only dish that they make. They specialize in it. If you love Pad Thai, you definitely have to come check this place out. We've just come over from Phat Thai Nana and we're headed over now to Yum Goong Banglamphu. This place is supposed to be amazing for their tom yum, so I can't wait to try it out. Food came super fast and it's really handy that there's an English menu. But you can see you've got these giant juicy prawns, some kaffir leaves. These look like shards of coconut. Oh, that's yum. That is an incredible tom yum. It's like really buttery, you have that hit of the sourness and the saltiness, tiny bit of spiciness. It is delicious, you can taste all the little flakes of it. And the prawns as well, oh my goodness, wow.
The Yen's been saving this prawn head for me. I'm going to get in for a little bit of that with some of the Tom Yum Goong, my first try here. Probably one of the best I've ever had. The flavour is super rich, and unlike a lot of places where they add like carnation milk or different milks to get that creamy color in the Tom Yum Goong, what we've heard about this place is that all that creamy color, that's all from the heads of the prawns. Super fresh, super delicious, highly recommended. One of my favorite accompaniments to any rice dish here in Bangkok is to get some of this morning glory and with the pork as well. I especially like the sauce that they got underneath that because it's a little bit spicy and you can taste some of the bunk from the fish sauce. Well, that was one of the best Tom Yum Goongs I've ever had in my life. When I was biting into those prawn heads, there was actually a whole bunch of roe inside them. Next up, we're going to a famous Thai restaurant where the owner used to cook for the royal family. We're currently at the Tham Nung Sirut market doing a top things to do in Bangkok episode. But what we spotted in this market while we've been riding these boats is boat noodles. So how awesome is that? There's that correlation between boat noodles and boats. We're gonna get some of them right now. Yen and I had some boat noodles at this market like about 10 years ago. That was the first time we've ever had boat noodles. It was an unforgettable experience. So you can just imagine how excited I am to come here 10 years later and try this. You just got some noodles, some rice noodles, some bean sprouts, coriander. There's some normally pork blood or pork liver in here. Now I'm gonna go in for some of the soup first. Even though it's just being served out of a boat, it's got extremely rich porky flavors in that. Now I'm gonna go in for some of these noodles and the barbecue pork. Man. You know, I really think it doesn't take much to make Yen and I very happy. A nice simple bowl of noodles right here by the river with some simple ingredients, but the flavors are just amazing. It tastes super homely, got a really rich broth which comes through all the noodles and all the ingredients in here. Beautiful.
Yum. So the price here was only 60 baht, and something to know is that when you're here at the Tham Nung Sirut market, you can bargain for the souvenirs and that's about 50% off, but don't bargain for the food and drinks.
So it's only about a 17-minute walk from our Tom Yum Goong spot, and we are now arrived at Phra up Som. One of the selling points for this restaurant was the owner cooked for the royal Thai family. Can't wait to try some of their famous crab dishes. Let's head on inside now.
Dish that I'm most excited to try, it's the crab omelette. It looks really fluffy, pretty bouncy, and it's about the size of my palm. Cut it open and see what we have inside. Ooh. Look at those pieces of crab meat. This might be a bold claim, but that might be hands down the best omelette I think I've ever had. That crab meat is amazing. The eggs, it's sweet, salty, with that chili sauce. It's just beautifully done, like fried to perfection. That is delicious.
And what I've got here is one dish that everyone says they have to order. It's the stir-fried crab with vegetables. And I mean, look at the size of those crab pieces. What crab does this even come from? That's definitely a dish fit for royalty. The crab chunks are super fresh. This is stink beans with mince and prawns. For those of you guys who don't know, who've never tried stink beans before, I think it is a little bit of an acquired taste because it does have a strange pungent kind of flavor to it. Really hard to describe until you try it for your first time. I find it delicious. The mince in here is beautiful and so are the prawns. I think that's one thing to say about both of these dishes. They're both done to a very high standard, extremely delicious, extremely fresh. I'm incredibly impressed. Man, that was such an awesome meal. Every single dish felt a lot more refined. Less of that punchy flavor, more subtle flavors, but so delicious. We just had to get dessert as well. I've got a coconut sorbet. Like, I thought it'd be super icy, but it's actually quite creamy with the coconut milk. And just tastes like a coconut, but in sorbet form. Tasty. Overall, guys, can't recommend this place enough. Fantastic. I think things have come full circle. When we first started even considering making YouTube videos, we came here to Soy. It's one of Mark Wayne's favorite restaurants. He says maybe even in the world. And back then I couldn't even really say the words of like describing the food and all that kind of stuff. So we were at the restaurant that Mark Wayne's brought us to, Soy, at Cold Island Soy. Pretty excited. This is a legendary restaurant that we heard about from Mark Wayne's. You guys excited? How excited are you? I wanted to vlog this, but as soon as the food arrived, we just kind of wanted to eat. So I don't think I can be a food vlogger. Since that point in time, I've had a little bit of practice, and now we're back. The owner of Soy was a rugby player, and after his teammates discovered his skill in cooking, they encouraged him to start his own restaurant. When he's in the kitchen, you can expect him to make all the dishes personally. You guys might remember in our Japan vlog, we were talking about Shinji and Yoko's wedding. Well, look, we've got a surprise guest over here. Hello.
Shinji and Yoko.
And our first dish has arrived as well. This is something that we ordered last time we were here. It's pretty famous. I don't know the name of it, but it's these awesome looking veggies. And there's a ceviche prawn on the bottom too. I'm gonna go in for these veggies first. Not much flavor, kind of just chalky with a little hint of like cabbage, chalky cabbage. But the amazing thing here is the ceviche prawns. That is not for the faint of heart. It is super strong. As Shinji can see on Shinji's face right now, there's a punch in the face of wasabi flavor. It gets you really good. Yeah, that's wasabi.
Guys, it's too much for me as well.
Delicious stuff. Lime, wasabi, chili, yum. Mackerel heads basically taste like a fish chip. Got garlic flavor and saltiness. Forget about the fact that it's a head. Shinji, what do you reckon? Nice?
It's like a really nice snack.
So even for me, who finds weird things difficult to eat, I tried this last time and I really enjoyed it. And Yoko's gonna join me eating one too. Ready? Cheers! Good? Yum. Okay. So, got ourselves a soft shell crab curry here. I love soft shell crab. And here with the curry, it's nice and gooey, as you can see. Very tasty. It sort of like just explodes with flavor, but it's not a super overpowering flavor. It's also not spicy either, but a yummy, eggy type of curry. That is delicious.
Final dish, we've got the steamed fish, and it's topped with a whole bunch of what looks like basil. Oh, man, that is spicy. That is spicy.
Be careful, Shinji.
I'm scared now.
Wow.
Really?
Amazing. Let me try and get my breath back. I sound a little bit funny. There it is. It's starting to come back now. That is insane how delicious that dish is. If you can handle a little bit of spice, I definitely recommend you get that fish. Because there are so many different complicated flavors in that. You've got almost like a licorice taste coming from the heavy basil that's on top. The fish itself is beautiful, just melts in your mouth. And the lemon just goes whack right on your face because it is super strong. And with those spices, oh man, that is an amazing dish. Shinji, how did you go with that?
It was really good. I avoided the spice. But it's still really good. Yeah.
And that wraps up our top things to eat here in Bangkok episode. We've had an amazing time eating some amazing cuisine.
Yes, Thai food is the best.
Yeah, and I think in terms of our favorites, well, it's pretty hard to decide a favorite. All of them were pretty spot on. And yeah, it's soy.
Well guys, if you like this episode, we hope you'll give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, drop us a comment. We really love hearing from you, and we will catch you next time.
See you.
Bye.